Social selling isn't posting a selfie on LinkedIn with the caption "Rise and Grind" or hashtag Monday Motivation. It's not about chasing virality or getting 100,000 views on your video. It's not cold pitching strangers in the DMs. It's not exactly a personal brand. And it's not just for influencers or the super extroverted that just seem born to do it. At its core, social selling is about building real, genuine relationships with your buyers on social media platforms. So when those buyers are ready to make a purchase, the sellers that have been helpful, human, and visible are going to be the first ones that they think of. And if you're in sales and not living under a rock, you've probably noticed social selling isn't just a nice to have anymore. Like, it's not something that you squeeze in when you remember to post on LinkedIn. Social selling is the tool. In fact, sellers who lead in social selling are 51% more likely to hit their quota, and 78% of social sellers outperform their peers that don't do it. The numbers are honestly kind of wild. LinkedIn, which, let's be real, is the main platform for social selling, breaks it down into 4 pillars. 1 is establishing your professional brand, 2 is finding the right people, 3 is engaging with insights, and 4 is building relationships. Oh, and if you're using Sales Navigator, you can even get a social selling index score to track how you're doing across all 4 of those pillars. Yes, it's a real thing, and yes, it gamifies the process. And if gamification doesn't motivate you, we can't help you, but we do respect you. So let's walk through these, starting with establishing your professional brand. This is what buyers see when they first come across your profile. First impressions matter, and your LinkedIn profile is often that first touch point. So ask yourself this: if a buyer lands here, what are they going to think? Here's a checklist to make sure that your LinkedIn profile is helping and not hurting you. First is URL customization. This one's easy. When you create a LinkedIn profile, they give you a messy string of numbers by default. Clean that up and customize it with your name, something simple and searchable. For example, mine is my handle on all social platforms, /ReinaVB. Then you have your banner image. If you're still rocking the default gray banner, it's giving, I don't use this app. Canva has tons of free LinkedIn banner templates. Find one that suits you or your company and use that one. Next, we have your profile picture. Enough with the AI images, Karen. This isn't Jurassic Park. We can tell when you've resurrected a version of yourself from 65 million years ago. Instead, get a professional headshot or at least a clean, well-lit photo. You want to look approachable and human. Pro tip: if you're doing a family photo shoot or you're attending an event that has a photographer, ask for a couple solo shots of just yourself. Just make sure you have professional attire on. Next, you have your About section. This is your chance to tell a mini story. Talk about who you are, what your company does, and the problems that you solve. And don't forget to show some personality. Katrina on our team nails this. She has a little part in her About section where she talks about a Commsor campaign that she's worked on, but then she goes into what she's passionate about, which is helping women in revenue get more visibility. Just from that About section, buyers can get a sense of who she is and what she cares about. Then you have your Featured section. If you post content regularly and you have a lot of content, make sure you pin your posts that relate to your ICP, your ideal customer profile. Think of that area as your highlight reel. Then you have your Activity section where you can choose to feature a type of content first. For me, I mostly post videos on LinkedIn, so I want to show those first. For you, maybe you post pictures more, like memes and things, so you want that to show first. Just select the thing that relates to you. Once your profile is set, then you gotta go and find the right people. You can start with who you know. Connecting with current and former colleagues is a low-lift move that you can do right now. It's also a great way to keep those relationships nice and warm. But when it comes to prospecting, this is where having a well-defined ICP is crucial. Let's say you're targeting marketing leaders. If you just search that on LinkedIn, you're gonna find thousands, if not millions of them. But how many of those actually match your target company's size, region, or industry? LinkedIn search tools in Sales Navigator help you filter by title, seniority, company size, industry, location, function, you name it. And once you identify the right person, you can use a tool like Commsor to network map it. Basically, then you can see who knows who. It's a smarter way to warm up a connection rather than cold adding someone that you have no affiliation with. But before you start connecting, you can engage. This is where most people go wrong. They think that social selling equals acting like an influencer. But really, it can start with something as simple as leaving a thoughtful comment. Find the content that your prospects are engaging with or creating and join that conversation. Show up in the comments, add value, empathize with their challenges. And thoughtful comments are often the seeds to great content. You see a post, it sparks a thought, and suddenly you got a hot take or an entire guide around a topic that you can share with your network. That's how you stay top of mind. But what if you're selling into an industry that you've never been part of? Here's the secret: everyone likes to feel seen. One of the best ways to make someone feel seen is to get the joke. especially about their job. This is why memes work so well in B2B. Some of the best social sellers have built their entire presence on niche, relatable memes. Because when a buyer says, "Oh my God, this is so me," you've got their attention. And when your meme is about a problem that your product solves, that's where the magic happens. From attention to relationship. Once you've consistently shown up in someone's world, whether it's through comments, reactions, shared content, you've earned the right to start a conversation. Maybe you've noticed a prospect frequently post about a pain point that your product directly solves. That's the perfect time to slide into their DMs, respectfully. The rule: value first, no pitch slaps. Instead of, "Hey, can I show you a demo?" you can try this line. "Hey, I just saw your post on X. We actually just put together a guide on how to tackle that. Thought it might be useful." Keep it relevant, short, and helpful. If the conversation warms up naturally, then you can start to move it into a formal sales process. Social selling isn't about being loud, it's about being smart. You're not trying to go viral, you're trying to stay valuable, consistently, intentionally, authentically. If this shifted how you think about social selling, hit that subscribe button. More plays that actually drive pipeline coming your way.